I hope nobody's in here. We're gonna find out in a minute. I looked through the windows, I didn't see anything. Hey, Andrew Cross here with Andrew Buys Homes. We are going to show you one of our beautiful properties here. We're actually going to put this one up on the market. Anyway, we'll talk about this a lot. Somebody has fortunately broken into my house, so now they have also taken the lockbox and the keys out of it. So I'm going to have to drill the locks. So anyway, how's been? This last time it came on the market, I was just like, I am tired of it. We have owner financed this house 3 times. The first one we did, you guys got to really watch your owner finances. And once that you rent to, because they are, most of them just use it your house as a tweaker house. They don't fix anything. You get the good ones and the bad ones. Unfortunately on this one, I got the bad ones. I hope nobody's in here. We're gonna find out in a minute. I looked through the windows, I didn't see anything. I think they just took the lockbox and ran, but you never know. People have a tendency to be hiding in closets and everything else. So the trick is, when you're chasing out homeless people or anything like that, you have to be crazier than they are. And if you do that, they're not gonna have a problem with them. They don't want problems. Hopefully we don't have hobos in here. Yeah, guys, this is how safe you are, by the way. Forget what there we go. No bodies. Gotta watch them. Gator monkeys, man. Face chewer. Tell you what, guys, drugs are bad. They're really bad. As a guy who used to be on a lot of them and has been sober for many years now, they are really bad. So let's just look around the house. Nothing fancy. We fixed the holes in the walls. You can see this is some of the holes she kicked in the wall. Nothing bad. My guys were supposed to get it painted before we put it on the market, but here it is on the market, not painted. So bam, simple little garage. Nothing fancy. I should have put a garage door or converted this thing if I was really wanting to pimp it up and raise the comps and all that good stuff. If I would have come in here and put a floor in here, added a closet, and because it does get water in it, I would have to actually raise this floor up, you know, even 3.5 inches. And with plywood being $83 or for 3/4, like $100 a sheet right now, I think it'd run me probably maybe 9,000, 8,000, something like that. Probably to convert this thing, maybe a little less. I considered it the last 3 times that I rented this place. I thought about converting it into a 3-bedroom. There's plenty of room for it. I mean, easily. So one of the things you're gonna do if you was gonna convert this garage is you gotta look over here. So you see your foundation, it runs all the way around the house. This is actually the height of your foundation of the rest of your house. They just build the garage in about 6 to 8 inches to a foot lower than the rest of the house. And then this one here is an actual crawl space house. Yeah, this one here is a crawl space house, so it's not on a concrete, it's on wood. And then if you look here in this garage, you see this dirt line right here? This tells me that dirt and that this is getting wet. You see the dirt in here? So that tells me that water or something is getting inside of this garage right here. So what you do, you'd want to build this area up. If you also look right here, if you look, I'll show you. Here's my little screwdriver here. So there's how much we got here. And if you look down here, you see how much we have here. So that has about 1.5 to 2 inches worth of fall in your garage. And most garages, if they have not been tweaked with or the foundation hasn't been moved or whatever, should have a fall. And it should fall to the front of your garage. Some idiots will make it go to the back of the garage. Why? I don't know. But it can go to a door, it can go to a drain. But they assume that when you bring this car door up, you bring in your wet car. It's gonna come in here, drip, it's gonna get wet, snow, all that good stuff. It needs to drain out your door. So that's why they build garages like this. What you do in this is you would have to bring this entire floor up. You can bring it up 12 inches, 10 inches. If you wanted to bring it up to this level of the rest of the house, it'd be right here. But here's the problem with garages. I don't know why. There's our 8-foot ceiling. This would be your ceiling right here whenever you bring up your ceiling height. A lot of garages have 1, 2, 3, 4 steps going down. So what you gotta do with those is you gotta literally come in here at your doorway, take your ceiling out, build a false ceiling up there, and that way you can get your staircase down, and that way you're not sitting over here doing the scrunch and then coming out of your doorway. It's very easy to do. A lot of garages have it. It's not a big deal. Add another $1,000 to your rehab budget right there, and you can do that. So just sort of look at your garages and see what the height difference is between the two. This one here, see, that's 9 feet. I can easily take off a foot. I can go as little as 7 feet, but it's still code as long as it's over 7 foot. So what you would do here is you would want to also, let's say you're having this water problem. I don't want my wood getting wet. I don't want it rotting out. So what I'd probably do is set some cinder blocks, flat cinder blocks over here, and then sort of set it up a little bit here. Over here we can see that there's no water getting in, so I wouldn't worry about that as much. So I'd probably set some cinder blocks here. That way it'd be up out of the water. And then the other thing we'd do is pour the rest of this foundation. So this piece of concrete here, we'd bring it all the way across. What I'd do is come in, I'd drill rebar. I'd come in every 6 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's about 20 holes that you drill across there. You go down about 6 to 8 inches. That concrete is not very strong. I mean, concrete's super strong, but that's why you want the rebar in there so it has something to tie to. The other way to do it, and the correct way to do, was to come in here with a concrete saw, cut this all the way out, go down about 6 to 8 inches down, put more rebar in there, and put a whole foundation in there. If you're having a lot of water issues come in, but if you're having that much water problems coming in your garage, you probably need to seek another solution than just adding in the foundation. My cheap way of doing it, the way I typically do it, I drill holes every 6 inches into the slab. As long as the concrete's in good shape, I'll pour concrete and I'll put it so that my T's here comes up. I put a second piece of rebar right here and I tie them together. That way everything's all tied together, and I guarantee you that sucker's not going anywhere. I'll also come in here, drill a piece in this way, so that way I tie into the top of it as well. So there's gonna be there, bam, the rebar goes through this piece here into this piece. You pour concrete over that. Whoever decides to destroy that someday down the future is gonna be mad at you. It's not going anywhere. So that's what I do here. I do that about probably 70 or 80% of the garage conversions I've done. I'll do that, but a lot of times I just cheap out and I don't do that at all. I'll just go all the way down. But then there's the problem is then water gets up there and it starts rotting out your siding on the outside of the house. So, you know, use concrete board, blah, blah, blah. So I do that at the front, and I'd also do it back here at the back where this door used to be. We used to have a door here. I don't remember what happened, but I realized that it was cheaper to get rid of it than to keep it. So we boarded that up. Oh, and then you'll have to have a window as well. So don't forget, you have to have a window in every bedroom. It has to have an escape hatch. So you'd put a window in there. I typically put it in the front of the house. You can put it in the back, however you want to put that. You can in a typical garage. This one here seems like it's a little small, but you can almost put 2 bedrooms in most garages just for the square footage. It has to have a closet, which doesn't have to have much to be a closet. I like to give them bigger closets. I usually will even do the washer and dryer room. And on these, I usually turn them into the master bedrooms. So I will go in here, I will put a huge, because let's face it, mom does all the laundry, dad does all the laundry, kids probably aren't doing laundry. I'll put in a big washer and dryer spot here, bam, bam, wherever the washer and dryer is, put a big closet, put a huge, because I mean this room's massive, put a huge closet in here, walk-in closet. It doesn't cost you anymore while you're framing up an extra 20 bucks to put a huge closet versus a small closet. So it doesn't really make sense to put small closets when you have the room and the square footage for them. Go with big closets. People love closets. So I'll do a big, huge closet, his and her side, up, down, make sure it's really big, put a really nice window, maybe even 2 windows in here, and then this place will be rocking and rolling for another bedroom. Get you another, I think in this neighborhood, it'll get you about $150 more a month. I think we're renting this thing out for, I want to say $700, but don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it was like $750. It was under $800, I remember that. But it was, I know that you get another about $100, $150 more a month for rent. So if I was going to keep this thing a long term, then let's say you're going to get an extra $150 a month. So times 12, that's $1,800 a year, I do believe, and my math suits me correctly. So if this rehab was going to cost you $10,000, you'll probably get your money back in 5 years converting this garage. So you have to sort of chase that back and forth. The other thing about garages, especially in low-end houses, you gotta love is when your tenants leave, they leave them full of crap. It kills me how much crap is inside these houses. So anyway, garages are great for storage, but they also leave a lot of their stuff. So whatever's left, you usually end up with more than just a dumpster's worth. Storage buildings outside, I hate those for rentals because they literally just fill them full of all their junk, all their Christmas stuff. And then when they're moving, 50% of the time they don't take it. They'll take half of it and then they'll realize, oh crap, the rats got into it, and then they just leave it. It's great. So anyway, that's my pros and cons for storage buildings outside. I mean, tenants love them, but then they want you to fix them, and then the doors get blown off. They don't take care of them. I don't like storage buildings outside for tenants. So, and garages are about the same way. This guy didn't have much. I think we had everything picked up in less than a dumpster. I think we got everything out in both dumpsters. So that was sort of nice. And then I gave like 3 bags to Goodwill. Some clothes to Goodwill, and that's about all we had left here. So anyway, I missed a hole. What else we got here? Big backyard. I think that covers everything I had for here. mean, this is a beautiful yard. That is one of the nice things the tenant, the previous owner, did, was clean that backyard up. It was just so overgrown. There was maybe enough that you could get maybe 2 lawnmowers passed down the middle of that. He had big trash day after big trash day. Every big trash day, he would just make it back about 5 or 10 more feet. And he finally got that backyard cleaned up. So I'm grateful for that. I am not grateful about this. You see, this is what happens. You hire people, they come in, they're supposed to do their job, and they leave crap like this. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know, when they say it's finished. So we have a little bit difference of opinion. That's it.